Oh. Oh my God, I could watch chickens all day. Like one of them will grab a piece and then goes running, like just running away so that the rest of them don't see it and tries to hide it. Oh my God. If you read the regulations of what they're really doing, and so you have to find a local small farm that you know is doing something decent with it. So Marco's was the first one that I didn't get sick from. And I was like, there's something really good about these eggs. I didn't get sick of. I love eggs. And then we eat ours. You can put on some tomorrow.
15 years I've danced with food. From scooping ice cream to waiting tables, from selling homemade chocolates at farmers market to founding Sweetduet, my chocolate brand. The journey has been sweet. But as my business grew, my eyes opened to the vast distance that separated consumers from the source of their food. I yearned to be closer, to explore the ways beyond the conventional systems.
Okay. Aw, who pooped in the water? How we milk. I had come out of very urban community building environments, and living in a pretty rusty city with like a low tax base meant that things like the water would sometimes come out of the faucet brown. Like we couldn't grow anything in the soil because it was all contaminated with lead. And so people had to build raised beds and like just taking a ton of extra steps just to be able to have access to food. I think I just realized how fragile the system is and how quickly it could fall apart and how many people would be left behind. And so had a vision that I shared with Kai that also sounded pretty similar of like wanting to get to know a piece of land really well and use that as a space to feel closer to food and also be like a safe haven for people who are a lot more imperiled by the systems that we have. Okay. Thank you. And we always leave a little bit of milk for the babies. Thank you. Excuse me. Come on in. The white chickens are the ones we're harvesting today. We've had them on grass for the last week and a half. So they can eat bugs and they also eat grass and get plenty of rocks and all of that. And so we've been moving them like one hoop house length twice a day. So once in the morning and once at night. So we get fresh grass twice a day. And that's what that looks like.
This morning we got up at 7. We could have gotten up earlier. Yeah, and then just kind of went right into it. Yeah, there's a lot of setup. There's a lot of tools. I think it can be done more simply, but the tools really help. So I was just sharpening the knives, and now I'm filling up these barrels that are going to be filled with ice water for cooling down the chickens before we eviscerate them and after. But I can give you, oh, okay, I'll give you a hug now.
Solve this problem. Drive.
Sure. I'm Kai. I've done animal processing kind of like on my own or with one other person, and it's just a much different feeling. And so I'm feeling grateful for you all showing up and feeling grateful that there's pull in the world to be part of. That's the beginnings of a little altar, and I learned this process primarily from people who wanted to be really intentional about honoring the life of the animal. Use beauty as one of the ways of making that real. Beauty as a way of showing gratitude and making a space special. Not just another day, but it's a bringing together of beautiful objects and intentionality. And I think in inviting people here too, we'll always ask people to bring beautiful things to contribute. Hi. Hi. I know. It's okay.
Love them.
I know.
Yeah, thank you.
The day of processing, it really grounds me in life. In order for us to live and be requires the death of other beings. And it's messy and it's not fair, and these chickens didn't ask to die. And getting right, like this helps me get right with that. There's no give back to the chickens. Like they die, and there's not, it doesn't behoove them for me to die as the kind of reciprocity. So the reciprocity then has to be like, I need to live my life the best that I can as the give back.
Chicken was alive,
Yeah.
and you like saw that.
Yeah.
It was alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
amazing how fast you disassociate from like to meat. Like we all eat. It's amazing when it's roasted, and our brain already, like, it's just unbelievable how you can transition. In the refrigerator for 24 hours.
What are you gonna do with all this freedom? What are you gonna do with all this freedom? These days are yours, your hands are free. Where you gonna go, who you gonna be? It's your time, it's your parade. What you gonna do, what you gonna say? There was a time you were in chains. Now just yourself remains. Look in my eyes, there's no need to explain. You'll never wear those chains again. What are you gonna do with all this freedom?
Well, I thought these are just really delightful. They're just rustic, but flavorful, really good. Good selection. There we go. That's looking nice. You're an artist.
Just the silence says so much. If you can't trust your heart, who can you trust? Take your time, there is no rush. The world is a lover waiting for your touch. These days are yours to have.
Our day together was enriching, and while I can't change the system, I can start by bridging the gap between myself and my fellow humans, one piece of chocolate at a time.
There's also two theories about roasting chickens. Some people think you should roast it with the breast side up, so that the juices stay in the breast. And other people say no, do it the breast side down, so the juices all fall into the breast.
You and Mom should pull it.
That was a really beautiful day. I mean, like about 12 people gathered. And Kai, the son, like taught us, he kind of walked through the process.